peoples.
Hi everyone.
This is IBK Talks with Fiercely Loved. Hi, we are so excited. We are so excited. We are so excited. The year is coming to an end. We are so excited, and as the year is coming to an end, um, it's a time to reflect on all the things we really wanted to happen this year. It's a time to most people are sitting down and counting their losses. I don't want to say their losses, but they are counting, oh, this did not happen. I had this planned out for this year. This did not happen. This did not work out. But I want us to see it as a time to be thankful to God. We are alive. We started the year fresh, and we are still here to see the ending of it.
Yeah.
So that's something to be thankful for. You know, there are people who really wanted to be here, but they are not here. And I know the year really wasn't easy, especially I wouldn't even say it's just in Nigeria. I think it's mostly everywhere because there's been recession all over the world.
Yeah.
And Nigeria with bad leaders. We'll keep praying for them. We'll keep praying to get good leaders. But everybody's shouting, oh, rice is now 55,000 naira per bag. This is that. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to not be thankful. But similarly, there are lots of reasons to be thankful.
Yes. What I would say, gratitude. If you Yoruba, there's a Yoruba adage that says that if a slave think deeply, he will give thanks, or she will give thanks, will be grateful. Because many times we, by the end of the year, we look at what we have. Because I know some of us at the beginning of the year, we're like, okay, by the end of this year, I want to be this, I want to be that. So maybe on your list, you don't even have anything to think that, oh, God has done this, or I have achieved this. But there is something that we always we take for granted, and that is life. Our life, it's so precious. It's so precious. For the fact that we started the year January 1st, and this is almost December 31st. Like, it is sure that we will see the end of this year, and we are at the in the last month of the year. I think it's more than enough. Maybe you've not gotten a good job, not have your own having your own whatever you want, but the fact that we are alive, oh my God, it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest things God can do for any one of us. This year 2022 has been a great year. It has been a lot of life. We lost a lot of life, kidnapping everywhere. It's been, in fact, insecurity. It's so much that if you want to travel, you are always scared, like you don't know what will happen on the road.
Lagos to Ibadan alone.
God. But we thank God, and we are grateful. Not that those people that are victim, not that they are better than us, or I be you are be are better than them. No, it's just the mercy of God. It just God choose to spare our life, and for this alone, I think we should be grateful to God. Then after that, we can now think of any other thing. But the fact that I am where there is a word that says that when there is life, there is hope. So please be grateful, then be hopeful. So, Kofo,
I think also the thing is we are quick to focus on what we don't have.
yeah,
We are quick to focus on what we have not achieved. We are quick to focus on not because we are negative people, but it's so easy to focus on that the glass is half empty than saying it's half full. But the song says that count your blessing, name them one by one, and it would surprise you what God has done. And the proverb she mentioned about that, if the slave can think deeply, the slave will give thanks. It's because there are some people that when they were sold into that slavery, they killed them. They did not turn them into slaves, because in those days, who were slaves? People that they pick from maybe two villages are fighting, then one village is overpower the other, then they pack all the people. So there are people that died in that war or whatever. Let's just say it was a war. There are people that died in that war, but you are alive to even be a slave. One day you will be released from that slavery.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they really, because of course that adage is something I've heard over a period of time, but I've not really thought about it deeply until this time that she mentioned it. And that's it. There are a lot of things to be sad about. There are a lot of things to really think that, oh, God did not do this, God did not do that. But the truth of the matter is that God has still been faithful.
Yeah.
His faithfulness has been there. His faithfulness is something that we've seen over a period of time. So there's a lot to thank him for. There's a lot to focus on him for, that God, you've done this.
Thank you.
So even while we are thanking God, we would not realize that, fine, there are some things on our list that God didn't do yet. But there are a lot that he has done.
That we did not even
we did not ask for. And because we did not ask for it, we did sometimes we don't even acknowledge it.
We don't
notice it. Yes. We don't appreciate it enough.
Something we don't notice. How would you appreciate it? No.
But when you take time to be like, oh, but this happened, oh, but that happened. Let's be honest, some of us, we are still looking for a good job, but we are paying our bills. We are eating. We are not going to the next house to go and beg for food. We are not going to the next house to go and ask for help. That, hi, help me, oh, I don't need this. Oh, enemies are not able to mock you. Enemies don't know the truth about your life, how you are coping, how you are managing. They don't know all of those things.
At all.
So there's a lot to be thankful for. Some people that are saying, I don't have my spouse, but you are alive. You are so stable. You are fine. It's not like you had anything that is making you look somehow. Then some people, my children, they've not given me grandchildren, but you have children. Yeah. You have children. My children, they are not married yet. I want grandchildren, but you still have children. So I'm not saying that be lazy. I'm not saying that don't reflect and plan for the following year. Of course, the point of reflecting also is for you to plan for the next year, but don't allow yourself to be bitter. You can be sad for a few minutes that this did not happen, but change it to gratitude. Don't allow yourself to be bitter, because once bitterness sets in, the devil will find an opportunity to come in and take all of those places. So what we are just saying is that as the year is coming to an end, as you reflect, as you plan for the next year, stay thankful. And like she said, stay hopeful.
Have to be thankful, honestly. As you were talking, I just there's the story of this lady just flashed through my mind. She got married last year, and by this year she's no more. And that last year she got married, she was pregnant, so she had stillbirth, and at the end, after a few weeks, she died. And for some of us that are still in the waiting room for fruit of the womb, you want to blame yourself for many things, but there are some people immediately they did not ask for it and they have it, but they are no more. So if you, like she said, if you think deeply, you will always have reason to give thanks. Always. And I know, so then there are some that said, oh, I'm not married yet, there's nobody yet. I know someone that was married last year February, and by this year June or so, she's no more. In fact, she did not enjoy the 1 year marriage. She did not enjoy it. She was sick. She was moved from one hospital to the other. And what position would the husband be? And if she has been alive, not married last year, she would be like, oh God, why?
When I've been waiting, because she wasn't young when she got married. And I know
someone that got a job, and it was from the job is now he was jailed because it was from his department. They did fraud and something before it. Now she's in is it Kirikiri? There is one is it Kirikiri or Panti? She was taken at the end of the day. She lost that job, and if she had been jobless till that time, she'd be God, why? So if you think deeply, we will have cause to give thanks to God. It's a time of reflection. Every end of the year is always a time. Please, I want us to take it as a time to reflect our lives, even not only this year, from the beginning of our life. He said, I have, before you were formed, I have, He knows our way, He knows your name, He knows everything about it. So if there's anything that God is still delaying, He knows why. Because there are things that He will do that you will not even ask Him to do, or as you're asking, He's doing it. But there are some things that you ask and continue to ask and ask. So He knows why He's making our life the way it is. So let's just be grateful. Let's just reflect on our lives, how everything has, how the whole thing started and how it is now. We will see that God has been faithful and is worthy of our praise. He's worthy. He's worthy of my own praise.
He's worthy of my praise.
And I know He's worthy of yours too. And I pray that how would Yoruba people say that? Ẹnu ọpẹ́
Wa kò ní
kò
kan.
ní kọ.
So,
That's
so it means we would always have cause to give thanks to God.
no. Ẹnu ọpẹ́ wa.
What they are saying is that would always have.
Okay.
You want
But
to
you cannot
translate
say-
it. She wants to translate it
Our
literally.
amount of Thanksgiving
will not go bad.
sour.
Yes, that's it. Will not
Because
go sour.
when you are crying and when you are laughing, that you are happy. But when something happens and you are crying, that's the sour part of it. You
Yeah.
cannot thankful. Fine, they said God is alapadupe, like He will kill, we'll still thank Him. Somebody will die and people will say that you better be thankful.
Yeah.
Someone would die say, you better be thankful, you still have your children. Husband would die say, you still have your wife. A wife would die say, you better thank God, these children you have. So that's who God is alapadupe. Even if he does
And
something,
he wouldn't stop being God. That's it. So you might
that's
as well
one
just
reason
thank
why
Him. And
just thank Him and He will still do what He will do.
So, on this
Yeah.
note, we leave you this year with on a high note that you should be thankful. Just be thankful, because if we want to start saying a lot of stories, there would be a lot to say. You know, as she was talking about the lady, I remember another lady who had two friends. She had a child, and she had she has a child, so she's had maybe 10 years of waiting period or so, and she's been anticipating another child. And that two of her friends, one gave birth to twins. I think they did IVF. She was looking for money for the IVF, and she was really fighting God because she's so active with God. So she feels like, I've done a lot for you. Why would you not do this for me? But when it's not as if we should be. I know it's really wrong for you to give thanks because something bad happens to somebody else. But sometimes it also makes you realize that we are taking a lot for granted with God. We are taking a lot for granted with God. So may God continue to help us to give thanks. He should help us to thank Him the way He deserves to be thanked. The way He deserves to be thanked, Abi, what will I say now?
Yes.
And He should help us to just stay grateful, because sometimes it's not easy to be grateful when you have things that He has not done. Sometimes, I think we've mentioned this before, they'll be like, this is not what we're asking you to do now. We're asking you to do something else. Thank you, we are grateful. And He has helped us to realize that what God will do, He will do.
He will do it.
He will do. Even when you don't want it and He wants to do it, He will do it. He will embarrass you with goodness when He wants to. So may God just continue to help us. He should help us while we wait.
Amen.
And He should help us to be thankful even when it isn't easy. So we wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So Merry Christmas. Belated Merry Christmas, or what should we say now? But we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. As we go into 2023, may God help us. May God help us. May God make it a great year for us. We love you, and we stay IBK Talks, fiercely loved of
Iron sharpened iron. Bye.
Bye for now.
For now.